Once upon a time, in a bright and sunny meadow filled with colorful wildflowers and buzzing bees, lived a fluffy white rabbit named Pip. Pip was a dreamer. While his friends were busy nibbling on sweet clover and digging cozy burrows, Pip's gaze was always fixed upwards, towards a vast, endless blue sky. He would lie on his back in the soft grass for hours, watching the fluffy white clouds drift by like giant cotton balls. He didn't just see clouds. He saw magnificent castles, soaring dragons, and most of all, he saw himself flying amongst them. Pip's greatest, most secret dream was to fly, to feel the wind beneath his ears and see the world from high above, just like the birds. He imagined what it would be like to touch a cloud, to race against the sparrows, and to look down at his meadow home, seeing it as a tiny green patch in a vast, beautiful world. One sunny afternoon, as Pip was explaining his flying dreams to a particularly patient ladybug, his best friend, a cheerful duck named Quackers, waddled over. Quackers was practical and down to earth, but he was also incredibly loyal. He listened intently, his head cocked to one side, as Pip described the feeling of soaring through the air. Imagine it, Quackers, Pip exclaimed. His nose twitching with excitement. We could see everything, the winding river, the big oak tree, even the farmer's market on the other side of the hill. We wouldn't be stuck on the ground anymore. We would be free, like the wind. Quackers, who had just finished a refreshing swim in the pond, flapped his wings thoughtfully. Flying is wonderful, Pip, he quacked, but your ears aren't wings, and my wings are made for short trips to the pond and back, not for soaring up to the clouds. Pip's ears drooped a little. I know, he sighed, but a rabbit can dream, can't he? Quackers patted Pip's back with a wing. Of course, he can, and a good friend helps make dreams come true. A brilliant idea suddenly popped into Quacker's head. His eyes lit up. I know who can help us. The Bear Brothers. The Bear Brothers, Barnaby and Bartholomew, were the most skilled builders in the entire forest. They lived in a sturdy log cabin by the edge of the woods and could build anything from a simple birdhouse to a complex water wheel. They were known for their big hearts and even bigger muscles. Pip and Quackers found them enjoying their lunch of honey and berries. Nervously, Pip began to explain his dream. He spoke of the clouds, the wind, and his deep desire to see the world from above. Quackers chimed in, flapping his wings to demonstrate the concept of flight and adding enthusiastic quacks of encouragement. So, you see, Pip finished, his voice barely a whisper. We need an airplane, a magnificent airplane to carry a rabbit and a duck up to the sky. Barnaby and Bartholomew looked at each other, their furry brows furrowed in thought. They had built many things, but never an airplane.
Look at that!
It was a challenge, a big one. Barnaby, the elder brother, stroked his chin. An airplane, you say, to fly up to the sky? Bartholomew, the younger and more impetuous one, grinned widely. What a fantastic idea! A flying machine! It sounds like the grandest project we've ever had. Barnaby's serious expression broke into a warm smile. All right, little friend, he boomed. We'll do it. We will build you the finest airplane this forest has ever seen. Pip and Quackers jumped for joy, their hearts filled with hope and excitement. Their incredible adventure was about to begin. The construction of the airplane became a grand community project. News of the flying machine spread like wildfire through the meadow meadow and forest, and soon, everyone wanted to help. The squirrels gathered the lightest, strongest twigs and branches. The beavers gnawed fallen logs into smooth, perfectly shaped planks for the wings and body. The spiders, led by a clever orb weaver named Eric, spun vast, silky sheets to cover the wings, making them both lightweight and airtight. Barnaby and Bartholomew directed the entire operation with cheerful expertise, their big voices echoing through the woods as they measured, sawed, and hammered. Pip and Quackers were the most dedicated helpers of all. They acted as chief inspectors and morale boosters. Pip, with his keen eyesight, would spot any splinter or imperfection, while Quackers would deliver refreshing water from the pond to all the hard workers and keep their spirits high with his cheerful quacking songs. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, miraculously, a magnificent airplane began to take shape. It had a bright red body, long, silvery wings covered in spider silk, and a propeller carved from a single piece of strong oak. It was a masterpiece, a testament to what friends could achieve when they worked together. Finally, the big day arrived. The sun shone brightly, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves. The entire forest community gathered in the meadow to witness the maiden flight. The airplane, which they had named the Sky Dreamer, sat gleaming in the center of the field. Pip, wearing a tiny leather helmet and goggles fashioned by the mice, sat in the front seat, his paws trembling on the controls. Quackers sat right behind him, his feathers puffed out with pride and anticipation. The Bear Brothers gave the propeller a mighty spin. It sputtered once, twice, and then roared to life with a cheerful hum. The crowd cheered wildly. With a final wave to their friends, Pip pushed a lever forward. The Sky Dreamer began to roll, slowly at first, then faster and faster across the grassy runway. Pip's heart pounded in his chest. This was it. He pulled back gently on the control stick, just as Barnaby had taught him. The nose of